Hey ghosties, I'm Harley.
And I'm Kandis.
And this is Haunted Through the Ages. You have a bit of a Phoebe voice this morning, and I kind of love it.
This is my morning voice. I've been awake for a whole 5 minutes.
And that's approximately how long I stood outside on the porch for.
Well, there's a button. Why didn't you hit the button?
I never hit the button.
I know you don't.
I don't like being on camera.
You're on camera regardless.
But I don't like I'm standing there. Like, scroll on my phone for a little bit, I guess. I don't know.
You're on camera. Like, literally, the minute you park your car, you're on camera.
And that's also why I walked around the back of my car. So I didn't walk through the snow and fall, because I knew you guys would see it.
I would totally see it.
I walked on the driveway.
I have cameras all over my house. Like, I'm picking it up somewhere.
I gotta watch what I do.
I put salt out there even yesterday. Well.
And it was fine. That's why I walked around. Sure did. And I'm standing there and I'm waiting and waiting. I'm like, this bitch went back to bed. I knew too. I was like, I know she went back to bed. And then finally I hear footsteps. I'm like, oh, she's up.
Here she comes. All 5 of the cats were laying in bed looking at me like, who the fuck is at the door? Because immediately I hear, someone is detected at your front door. I'm like, oh shit, Jet, I'm coming. My bedroom is so far away from the front door, though.
I know, that's why
I didn't hear it.
Banged really loud the second time. But then I also knew, I was like, she probably got her headphones in.
Just one.
Watching fucking Gilmore Girls.
Yes,
She's
I was.
not going to hear me.
Yes, I was. And Luke was arguing with Jess's dad.
That guy's a tool.
He really is.
I did not like him. That was fun. So this morning, I was informed that I look like an ant. Yep. But don't worry, not the bug.
Oh, okay.
Not the bug, like the person. And I said to my sweet 6-year-old, well, I mean, technically I am an ant. And he was very confused, so I had to explain it to him.
Yes.
And then I said, are you saying it like you mean I look old? He looked at me, he goes, yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's because I'm wearing this sweater.
I was going to ask you, is it the cardigan? Because
and it's very warm. It's very cozy. And I look like an old ant. So
the kind that like carries holes in your pocket and
I fucking guess so. And tissues up my sleeve.
Tissue up your sleeve.
So I'm going to go get some butterscotch after I leave here. Go home and die, apparently. He goes, I just laughed, and then I was turned around to finish getting ready, and he goes, are you sad? Are you crying?
Yeah.
And I said, no, buddy, I'm fine.
1,000%.
I said, no, I'm fine. And he
Rude.
made me turn around, and he goes, are you telling me the truth? Because we've had so many conversations, especially in like the last year, about being honest, especially if he does something at school or something he's not supposed to do. And I'm just instilling in him so much is you can tell me anything, even if mom's going to be mad.
Right.
I want you to tell me the truth and we can figure it out from there. But I'm going to be a lot less angry if you just be honest from the start. When you start lying, that's when I'm going to get mad.
That's going to get you in bigger trouble.
Yes, don't lie. So he's on this truth kick. And because I think I told you, like a week ago, he did the same thing to my mom. They went out shopping, and as she was getting out of the car, she was wearing just a red burgundy-ish like pea coat. It was cold out. Very normal coat. But he goes, Grandma, are you going to wear that in the store? It's so embarrassing.
Dang, you got a judgy son.
Oh, no. And I called her on the way here to tell her what he said this morning, so I was cracking up. And she's like, you know what? She goes, I thought it was funny. And she goes, I told him, I appreciate your honesty. I'd rather have you be honest than lie. But just know, I'm still going to wear the coat. And I don't care that you're embarrassed. But thank you for being honest.
Like, I don't care. Thank you. Because that's freaking cold out here.
Love your opinion. Don't care. So, yeah, I'm gonna.
I love this.
What kind is it?
It's a new one.
It's an energy. Is it a Red Bull?
It's a Red Bull, and I like the apple part of it. It's a Fuji apple and ginger. I fucking hate ginger.
Ooh.
I don't love this.
I feel like
I keep going back to it because I really like the apple flavor.
Yeah. There's an Alani or something that's a Fuji apple flavor that's really good. I think
it is the Alani.
No. I think it's a Celsius. It is. It's a Celsius that has a Fuji apple flavor.
I think Alani does too. I love Alani. That's so much better. I saw this Red Bull and I was like, ooh, that looks interesting. Immediately, all I saw was the Fuji apple. So then I'm drinking it and I'm like, that's got that weird aftertaste. What is this? Ginger.
The Alani's like my go-to when I have to work overnight and I know I won't make it through. Most nights I'm okay, but sometimes multiple in a row and I'm like, oh, it's this or death.
Brett and I were having a conversation because he said he had an energy drink the other day. And he said they're not as much caffeine as an Alani or a Celsius, and which have like, I guess, 200 milligrams of caffeine. I'm like, oh, that would explain why I was so shaky when I had 4 of them.
Did you tell him the story?
Yeah, he's aware of the story.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
The kids were making fun of me the other day because I was trying to read something and it's getting farther and farther away from me.
You want to know what's awful? My mom handed me something because she couldn't read it. She's like, here, read this. And I took it and I said, oh, shit. You and I are in the same boat. I had to hold. And I can see up close, which is weird. But when it was the little writing, I couldn't. It got weirder when it was close. I don't know. So I'm trying to find like the in-between where
spot.
I can finally focus it. I'm like,
it has to be like super bright light on it for me to actually focus on it. But the girls are like, you need to go get your prescription checked. And which is funny because the last time I went to the eye doctor, my vision's actually 20/20. But because of this, the
dry eye,
it clouds all my vision.
Oh.
Because of all of the buildup of debris. That's why I'm constantly using eye drops. But yeah, it's from the dry eye that fucks with my vision. So,
oh man,
yeah, that really sucks.
Mine is so bad. Mine is awful. I can't see anything anymore.
Oh, driving home the other night. On top of it, being 18 inches of snow out there while I'm driving, coming home from the girls, and I think I was doing like 25 on the freeway.
Oh my gosh.
It was horrible. It took me over an hour to get home.
Really?
And at like the 275 to 96 area where it was the worst, out by them, it wasn't so bad. It was bad. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I mean, it was bad, but closer I got to home, the worse it was.
Yeah.
Like the roads were completely white out. And it was like, I told Matt, I'm like, welcome to the season of guess which lane I'm in.
Yeah, exactly.
I have no idea where I'm in. And I got people flying up behind me and I'm like, you're out of your fucking mind.
Yeah, no. Not
even 4-wheel drive spin out, homie. Hello, like don't come up on me that fast because you'll eat my ass. I'm telling you, I will fucking brake check you quicker than shit.
Like it doesn't matter what kind of vehicle you have or how good of a driver in the snow you are. Once you hit black ice, it doesn't give a fuck.
Because we went downtown to see the Christmas lights and the tree and everything and the ice rink, and we're hanging out there for a while, and we decided to get closer to Jim and Kim's house to, grab something to eat instead of eating down there. So we were getting closer to their house. And I mean, they were like, you can stay the night. And I'm like, I'm still going to have to get up and drive it in the morning because I got to work. So
right.
Now or then, I'd rather do it now because I don't want to have to wake up any earlier than I have to.
Right.
But we were at a restaurant right there on Southfield Road. And it's like literally car after car is just spitting out watching them.
Oh my gosh.
And they were like pickup trucks, like Silverados and stuff. Like, I mean, obviously, y'all don't realize that you're going to spin out too. Like, you still have 4 tires, and all 4 tires are going to spin out. The doesn't stop on ice regardless.
Right.
But we had fun anyway. So.
Oh, good. We're actually going to go down there soon. During the day, there's a lot of like little stores my mom wants to go to and take Bubba to see the lights and the tree. And
oh yeah, it was my first time ever being down there during Christmas. Because I told Matt, I'm like, my bucket list is I want to go to New York during Christmas, and I want to have the Home Alone experience. I want to see the tree and the park and the skating and all of the lights. And so want to do that. Yeah. So I had a little mini Home Alone experience because downtown looks just like that.
It's beautiful. I've done it once. It was years ago.
And I was heading down this one way, and because I wanted to see all these little shops. They have like these tents set up, like all these little shops and whatnot. And Kim was like, there's no exit down there. I didn't know if you were just gonna want to just go down there to see everything. And I'm like, no, I was actually cutting through. Like I was gonna walk through it. She's like, no, there's no exit. Like, you can't. Dang. Never mind. Yeah, Saturday night. I mean, we were gonna go downtown Friday, but I told Dream, I text Dream, I'm like, being in freezing my ass off at work all day, and I just, I'm not gonna go and I stepped outside of work, and the wind was so strong, and it just cut straight through me, and I'm like, no, I'm not going out tonight.
I forget what day it was I was leaving, but I almost fell over when the wind hit me because I didn't realize it was so windy because the way you walk out of our building, you're protected by the wind.
Right.
It wasn't till I stepped right past the building, it hit me, and I was like, like I made this noise because I stepped back because I almost fell. Like I just wasn't paying attention.
You're on camera.
There is one right in that corner too, but it caught me.
Literally, can I get a copy of this?
Right. Yeah, it got me. Almost busted my ass. But are we ready to jump in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you got for us?
So,
give my voice a chance to wake up.
We'll see how this goes as we're doing this. There's a very good chance this is going to be a two-parter. And it's mostly it's pretty chill on history this week, and it's why I picked this. It's a lot of stories. So we are going to Utah. We're going to Skinwalker Ranch.
Okay.
So
I didn't know that was in Utah, though.
It is. Northeast, I believe. Yeah, Northeast Utah. So I always thought it was like Arizona, New Mexico
I did too.
area.
Like I thought it was, by where like the UFO places.
There are different like hot spots in those areas, but the actual ranch is in Utah.
Okay.
So it's going to be a lot of stories and experiences that people have had. So Skinwalker Ranch was previously known as Sherman Ranch, and it's one of the most active and well-known paranormal hotspots in America. The ranch has become famous because of its high volume of paranormal activity, from alien and UFO sightings to orbs, bulletproof werewolves, unexplained magnetic fields, vanishing and mutilated cattle, and so much more. And these reports have been recorded since the 1600s. The ranch, which is approximately 512 acres, is located in northeast Utah, right on the southern edge of Navajo Nation, and has been passed around between a handful of different owners since the 1930s. So the first owners were Kenneth and Edith Myers, and they owned the ranch for 60 years, from 1934 to 1994. Terry and Gwen Sherman owned it only from 1994 to 1996. Robert Bigelow from 96 to 2016. And then in 2016, Brandon Fugel of Adamantium Real Estate LLC purchased the property for around $500,000, which sounds like a sketchy number. That's pretty fucking cheap for 512 acres.
Yeah.
Weird. And since then, all roads...
But also, is it still for sale?
No. Not at all. Since then, all roads leading to the ranch have been blocked off. The perimeter is guarded by cameras and barbed wire. And they also have, I think now they have armed guards as well.
Damn.
And signs are posted to prevent trespassing. They're up to some shit now.
There's some shenanigans happening.
And we are going to get into it. So in 2017, the real estate company registered for a trademark on the name of the ranch for entertainment, development, multimedia content like TV shows, and more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And in 2021, You'll love this even more. They registered the name for merch as well.
Okay.
So might as well make a buck.
I mean,
in March of 2020, Brandon Fugel officially announced ownership of the ranch. And in 2022, he announced a partnership with the Hutchings Museum Institute in Utah, designed to, quote, better understand the environment and historical significance. Now, to better understand the land and the stories we're going to cover, it's important to understand what a skinwalker is and where the lore comes from. Because this is, like, yes, we talk about ghosts and paranormal, and some people are like, I believe it, or it's just fun, but it's bullshit.
right.
Where there are people, specifically Native American tribes, who will not hear the word skinwalker. They will not talk about it because they believe it brings them.
Oh, wow.
And they take it very fucking seriously.
That shit's personal.
Very real to them. So the Ute Native Americans tribe arrived in Utah in the 1300s, while the Navajo tribe arrived in the early 1600s, and they did not get along. One legend says that after a particularly violent altercation in which the Ute tribe pushed the Navajo off the land, the Navajo cursed the Ute, quote, unleashing skinwalkers within their territory, which was located just about 20 miles from Skinwalker Ranch. And like I said, while many people don't believe in skinwalkers or they think it's just a fun legend, the Navajo absolutely do, and they seem to be the tribe most closely associated with them. According to Navajo legend, skinwalkers, or you remember when you had to do the Native American words in your last one?
You know what?
And I said, me too. This is what I meant.
No, I can't even do American words.
You're like, try English. It's tough.
Good Lord.
So skinwalkers are Ye Naldalushi. I
That
don't
sounds
know.
beautiful.
Thank you so
You're
much. In the Navajo language. And that means, this is disgusting. That translates to, with it, he goes on all fours.
Ew.
Don't like that.
Ew.
So they believe that they are malevolent witches with supernatural powers that allow them to shapeshift from a human to an animal at will. They often become coyotes, wolves, foxes, or bears, though they can transition into any animal.
No.
Don't like that,
No,
do ya?
I don't. Mm-mm. I was blaming it on the cold in the room, but I don't think it's that cold in the room. Like, I've got goosebumps already.
Skinwalkers are witches who have been initiated by completing a truly terrible act, such as murder, and usually a family member. Following the murder, the witch gets their supernatural powers, and in addition to taking on the shape of animals, skinwalkers are thought to wear predatory animal skins and skulls to get even more powerful. We hate all of it.
Oh, all of it.
Many believe that the Navajo used the skinwalkers as a sort of scapegoat, blaming the creatures for everything from the weather to death. While skinwalkers are most associated with Native American culture, shapeshifting creatures aren't exclusive to the Navajo, and there are other groups who have very similar legends, including the Apache, the Hopi, and even Europeans like the Slavs and the French, which I would love to look into the European ones. I think that'd be really interesting. Might be a future episode. Now, the ranch has a not-so-talked-about phenomenon, and that is called the hitchhiker effect.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
I'm so excited for this.
Oh, God.
You're going to fucking hate this. Remember when I said last week that I had to stop researching because I was scared?
Yeah.
This is why. So the hitchhiker effect gets its name from the terrifying and disturbing events that happen at home after someone has a paranormal experience on the ranch. For some, just visiting the ranch can cause them to take something home that doesn't go away and affects their whole family. So even if your family member goes, you're also screwed.
Yeah, fuck that. Absolutely not.
Those who have experienced this phenomenon include current and former ranch staff, film crew members, and guest visitors, many of whom refuse to return to the ranch.
Yeah, or home.
And you're like, just kill me now.
Off.
You're not safe anywhere.
No.
It seems fairly easy to pick up a paranormal hitchhiker, and in some cases, just seeing a UFO, feeling a presence, or hearing a voice on the ranch can cause it. The most terrifying hitchhiker experiences are the visits of tall, black, shadow beings, and they appear not only to the person who had the experience, but also to family members, including children.
No. Why are you fucking with the babies?
These usually occur at night, but they can also occur during the day. I think that would fuck my world up. I would rather see one in the dark of night than during the day, because that feels so serious.
I don't know.
When you're awake and present and just like doing dishes and you see something, you can't question that at that point. Like, it's the curtain. It's fine.
It's just a shadow at night. It's the moon.
Yeah, that's all it is. I'll be okay.
It's a bat.
In the day? No.
Wait, what are you going to...
bulldoze the wall. I don't know. But you know it's there. Like,
no. You know what? No. You can't make it make sense. No, it's not, none of it.
If you say no enough, they'll be like, all right, I'll leave.
Yeah, no. Close your eyes really tight. Exactly. Open them back up. I'm like, oh, it's gone. It's my imagination.
No, then it's 3 inches from your face.
Just shows up, like, pops up out of your kitchen window. Boo! Dead.
Absolutely not. I would die.
No.
So the bedside visits start with the person awaking with a strong sense of a presence in the room. And these are not night terrors because the person is awake. They're not paralyzed. And simultaneous spikes and electromagnetic energy have been measured when this happens. Some of these black shadow figures have glowing red or yellow eyes. And other predictable disturbing home experiences include strange electrical anomalies. Thank you very much. Do you see what a fucking professional I am?
I fucking hate you.
Honestly, I forgot this
they don't
was
even
there.
know yet.
By the time this comes out, they will.
They get it. They get it.
And I don't know if Doug made fun of you yet, but him and Sandy, I had them listen to that portion of last week's episode, and they were cracking up. Doug was losing his shit, so he thought it was great.
Apparently, I portray myself as perfect.
Oh,
and every once in a while, I fuck up.
That was one of the best parts of the episode.
I'm literally just, the words look like foreign to me altogether. And I'm like, what the fuck? Where is this?
But my favorite part, though, was your confidence. You barreled.
I'm getting it.
You barreled through that word and struggled so bad. But you came out on the other side. And then you said, oh, dang, I got to say it again.
Once I got the word right, now I got to read the fucking sentence again.
And then my favorite part is in the episode when you can hear me like hit the table and turn because I was like fucking flailing. It was so funny.
I don't know what it is about that fucking word.
We've decided we're just going to leave more of our screw-ups in because it makes us laugh harder than anything else. And it's just funny. It's so funny.
The best part of a TV show to me is the bloopers. Yes. Like, I fucking love watching the Friends bloopers. And they fuck up words all the time. They're like, hey, fuck.
Or even when they leave them in. I don't know what episode it is because, I don't watch it. But I've seen this clip multiple times when Ross is playing some instrument. I don't remember what it was. And Phoebe starts screeching along with it. And it says on the bottom, like, Jennifer Aniston was supposed to look at her like she was crazy, but she's covering her face and, like, laughing. They're like, that was really her reaction, but it was so funny. They kept it in. I'm like, it's even better.
Right. That makes the show. And, I'm perfectly imperfect, so it's fine.
As we all are. I did not even know this word was here until I started reading
it again. I still can't. And Doug's like, literally, he phonicsed me, like, sounding out, each freaking syllable, like, nam, ma. Like, no, you're adding words. Stop adding letters.
You're adding sounds. Because he said, na, ma, li. He said, na, ma, li. No, stop.
Stop adding letters. Look at That's how it works for my mouth.
And I asked him, I said, when you did that, did she get it? He goes, no, she still didn't get it.
Like, even Justin was trying to sound it out to me, and I'm like,
oh my gosh.
I'm not following the bouncing ball here. It's not working for me. This is not a word that I'm going to process in my mouth. I can see the word. Fuck, how do I say this? It's like navigation.
That was another one. Navigation.
Navigate. I mean, I knew it was navigation, but I really wanted to go Navy. And I'm like...
and you just... Because I love that it happens so fast, and you just keep trying over and over, and it just keeps getting worse. So you finally stop. I'm like, okay. Pause.
Pull it back together.
Let me go back to kindergarten. One letter at a time. Let's sound this out.
We're going to get this.
Because sometimes you just get, you're like, I got this. I don't got this.
Not at all. That's how my brain works.
Okay. So other predictable, unpredictable, disturbing home experiences include strange electrical anomalies. Items like plates and wine bottles being thrown across rooms, hearing voices, footsteps, and doors slamming, items moving and disappearing, or hearing and seeing furniture move. If I looked up and saw my fucking couch moving, I'd be done.
Or, we could use them, because I have furniture I have to move today to put my tree up. Could you get that, please? It's kind of heavy. You seem to be able to do it very well.
They're like, do you want me to mow your lawn too?
Oh my gosh.
They're like, I've seen Scary Movie.
I know
do
how
like
this
a Tori
works.
spelling.
I know how this works. Oh no, this one is too bright in my eyeballs.
You want to close it?
No, I don't want to bend into it.
Oh, okay. So they also get blue orbs inside and outside the home. And there's even reports of seeing strange animals outside a family's home, which is the worst one.
I would probably try to feed it. Not gonna lie.
You would.
Come here, five-legged thing.
Have you seen? We're off the fucking rails today. Sorry. Have you seen that guy? It's the black guy on Instagram, and he talks about white women with animals. And he'll stitch these videos of a woman, like, it's a fucking bobcat in the road. She's like, it's okay. Come here. And he's like, white women, stop. Like, what are you doing?
That's my daughter.
It happens. They're so cute. Mm-hmm. Or they rescue what they think is a kitten, and it turns out to be like a fucking cougar.
Love it. I would love it. That would be, Matt would not be shocked. I mean, he ran and brought home a baby duck. So, I mean,
I've seen somebody.
My kids bring home weird things.
That's okay. I've seen somebody, they thought it was a little puppy. It turned out it was a bear. Little brown bear.
I saw one that was a fox. It ended up being a fox.
Oh, did they keep it?
Oh yeah,
I've seen that one. I've seen the fox, and they kept it. So even more disturbing, though, are the serious health effects, including blood disorders, autoimmune diseases, and other illnesses which affect family members in different ways. That's kind of it for now for Skinwalkers and the effects. But current owner Brandon Fugel has worked with the production company Prometheus, which I would just like to point out is also the production company for Girls Next Door. Thank you.
Is it?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, the guy who produced their show, he started this company, Prometheus. And so when I read it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I hear about that all the time.
I wouldn't have known that.
So they created a reality show on the History Channel called The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. And season 6 just premiered this year in June. And many of the crew members, as well as ranch employees, have experienced the hitchhiker effect.
Uh-huh.
And from here on out, guys, in this part and also part 2, it's literally just stories that people have from the ranch. And it's going to get fun. So superintendent of the ranch, Thomas Winterton, has described his family members seeing dark shadow entities in his home, as well as plates flying across the room, and a barrage of electrical anomalies.
I'm never going to not laugh at that word.
Never. Including television disruptions and issues with their mobile devices. Thomas even had a single security camera fail just before the windows in his car, which was in his garage. The security camera went out, all the windows in his car went down when it was turned off, and no one was out there. And then the camera just turned back on. Ryan Skinner, a researcher at the ranch, shares a time that his daughter experienced a 3-dimensional black shadow figure in broad daylight float across the living room, go to the front door and turn the knob, open the door and exit the house. That event happened days after Ryan returned home from the ranch.
But also, could you shut the door when you leave?
According to the producers of The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch, they and some of the camera crew have had profound hitchhiker effects. Some are so bad, film crew members have left the ranch and refused to return. Season 3 producer Michael Marinaccio has said that even his neighbors were affected. The hitchhiker phenomenon that people talk about is a very real thing when people go home, he said. You know, it's happened to me. I come back from the ranch, people are like, oh, where were you? What was going on? I tell them, you know, some things I can talk about or personal things, and they're like, no way, that's crazy. And then the next day they call me and say that after we had that conversation, you know, all the brand new batteries in my cars died, or, you know, my phone doesn't work anymore, or I'm sitting with them and the phone gets glitchy. Even people on the Skinwalker Ranch forum on Reddit that have these people, listen to this shit. They will watch live camera feeds on the ranch and then report classic hitchhiker effects in their homes.
Stop it.
Yes.
No.
Over 40 have been reported, and shadow people seem to be a common theme. So I found...
Like, they're not even there. They're just watching the live feed.
They're just watching the live feed.
Fuck that.
So I found a story on a subreddit, and this one, we're having fun today. It's not actually on the ranch, but it's somebody who was on that Reddit who shared his experiences of shadow people, and I thought it was worth sharing because I hated it. So I thought we could all hate it together. So he said, I'm 23 and have been dealing with these shadow men for years. I've never heard someone say such a specific thing that are accurate to what I've seen. It all began when I went on a humanitarian aid mission to Siberia. In my apartment in Irkutsk, I'll go with that. Me and my roommate/friend had many strange occurrences. The first one I can remember is when we got bored one night and decided to open up this attic crawl space. Don't fucking tell me you're going to go open a crawl space. Get the fuck out.
No. Hey,
Never.
you know it'll be fun?
No.
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 No, it won't.
And look at what our landlord had left in there. Didn't steal anything. We were just bored and there was lots up there.
I mean, okay, in fairness. I might get curious.
There was a very old and big wooden wind-up clock from the Soviet era. Honestly, that would be kind of cool.
See?
From the Soviet era, that's kind of neat. I took it out and found it was broken and the key to wind it up was jammed. I fiddled with it for a while but couldn't fix it. There was no battery in this clock and nothing was able to turn. I eventually gave up and we left it in the living room. The next day we went about our business and met up in the living room to chat and hang out at the end of the day like usual. All of a sudden, the clock made a loud, resounding ding. We both got startled and laughed it off. Then a couple minutes later, it did it again. We both got a little nervous, and I was telling him about how there's no battery, and I couldn't wind it. And he said, ooh, maybe it's a ghost, and we laughed. The ghost didn't like that. He didn't say that, I did.
Well.
It then began to ding very fast, and I remember feeling fear. He stood up and yelled at the clock to stop, and it stopped immediately. I grabbed it, and we shoved it back in the attic space immediately. We sat down and talked about it, and he was telling me that weird stuff had happened in that apartment and the church building that we had been using as a headquarters for the humanitarian aid program. There are many more things that happened throughout the 6 months I was there. I remember one time I was walking from the bathroom past the kitchen in our hallway and saw my roommate out of the corner of my eye by the sink. I stopped and turned around and called out his name to ask him something, and I hear him say, "Yeah, what's up?" from the living room behind me. What is that called? Why am I blanking right now? When they, like, mimics? When they can look like a person you know? Absolutely not. That is one of the scariest things to me.
My brain is literally glitched right now. I was trying to picture that where you just described. So the friend was somewhere else, but then appeared behind him.
No. He saw who he believed was his friend standing at the sink in the kitchen.
Okay.
But then when he went to talk to him, that disappeared, and his roommate was behind him in the living room.
Absolutely not.
So it looked like the roommate, but it was not.
I literally glitched it. I'm like, wait. So he just appeared behind him?
That's worse.
Oh, yeah.
As I entered the kitchen, it was empty. In the church building, it was one very long hallway with many rooms on the sides that hooked in an L shape at the end to a kitchen and office. We were often in there going through paperwork and looking at projects. Many times we heard footsteps and doors slamming and assumed someone had come into the building, so we would go to greet them, but the church was empty every time. We began locking ourselves in the office because it felt safer. One time we were in the kitchen alone at a table studying Russian. I was reading a page in my book when a wave of fear and anxiety swept over me, almost like the top of a roller coaster drop. It seemed to emanate from the doorway to the kitchen. I slowly looked, and although the doorway was empty, the feeling grew stronger. I looked at my roommate, and he was staring there as well with fear on his face. He got up and yelled for it to go away, and whatever it was, left with that feeling. We immediately went home and just started talking about it. We called other volunteers up from nearby cities and had a couple of them agree with us, saying that they had similar experiences and that our area and apartment had something wrong with it and that we were not alone. The worst of my experiences was yet to come. Near the end of my time there, I had a night that I will never forget. At 10 p.m., I was at my desk in the living room writing music, and I saw a flicker of movement from my right eye. I immediately felt fear because I was nervous to look all the way. The angle of the desk has it so the right side of my face was angled toward the entryway to the living room and the entrance to our apartment. Next to our apartment door was a room we kept shut that at one point housed 2 other volunteers. When I saw this flicker, I didn't want to look because of other experiences I had that are too long to list here. But eventually it got the better of me, and I looked. To my horror, the door of the room was wide open, and many shadowy figures were in the room and began slowly walking into the entryway. I yelled and jumped up. My roommate, who was on the couch, jumped up and immediately started yelling at them to go away. They vanished as fast as I had seen them, and I was terrified. After explaining what I had seen, my roommate said he did not see them, but felt something was there. After the things we had been a part of, he believed me. We slept with all the lights on in the whole house.
Which obviously doesn't matter.
Nope. You're about to find out why. It's bad when I start laughing. A few nights later...
Those are like fear laughs.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. A few nights later, I woke up and turned to my side, saw the figure of an old man crouched by my bed, who was covered in dirt and was sitting on the balls of his feet in a squat. It appeared he was trying to wipe the dirt from his hands. I screamed a few obscenities and slammed into the wall behind me. My roommate woke up and saw me hit the wall. The man vanished. That was the end of his story. I wasn't going to include it, but I'm like, this is really good. I'm going to say it anyway. It's fine. So skinwalkerranch.com has a ton of stories that they actually linked. So I have all of them here to read to you guys. Not all of them. I, cherry picked them. So here's the first one. It's called UFO Sightings Near Skinwalker Ranch During World War II. When the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor on December 7th, 1941, my dad, an employee, a teacher of the then called U.S. Indian Service, now called the Bureau of Indian Affairs, went to volunteer intending to enlist in the U.S. Army. He was marked 4F because of a noticeable limp he had acquired when, as a 12-year-old boy, he suffered a bad leg break. Because he couldn't get into the service, he signed up for a program that allowed him to volunteer to take the place of another federal employee who would be going overseas. Dad was notified that he would relocate for the duration to the federal boarding school for Indian children at White Rocks Indian School, very near the Ute Indian Reserve at Fort Duchesne, Utah. I was about 6 months old at the time. My mother had been a U.S. Indian Service nurse in Phoenix, but there were no open positions for her at Fort Duchesne, so she became a housewife. From time to time, she would take me out in my stroller to a small meadow close to the school, and we would have a small picnic. When I was in my 30s, my mother told me a story. One day, when we were having our little picnic lunch, a shiny object flew in from the west, made a circuit around the little meadow, hovered for a few minutes, and then flew away to the east. I was surprised. I asked her why she had never told me the story before, and she said she'd never considered the incident of much significance. Now, that's a mom from that period.
That's fair.
Time period. She's like, it was fine.
It's no big deal.
It was a UFO. Calm down.
Fine. Okay? It's fine. But nothing happened.
It reminded me, and you probably won't know this, but we've watched it a million times. Spider-Man Homecoming, the one with Tom Holland. When Stan Lee is the bus driver, he's driving the kids across the bridge, and they're freaking out. He's like, what? You kids have never seen a UFO before? I feel like that's how his mom was.
Yeah.
Like, relax.
Calm down. We see him all the time.
It's no big deal. Good Lord. She's like, I lived during the war. So he said, she could have been right, but I asked her to draw the object from memory. She drew a circular globe. That's it. A circular globe. I asked her if the object did anything but fly through the air. She tried to explain that it made some kind of jittery or shaky movements, but she really couldn't describe what the movement was like. I asked if the object could have been carried by the wind, but she didn't remember it being particularly windy that day. So he wrote, and there's like ... in between all of this. So,
she sounds so fucking calm about it.
And he said,
it's fine.
So, circled the little meadow, then flew away.
It's fine. Stop making so much out of it.
She's so over his bullshit. Years later, I met a man, a police officer who had worked at Fort Duchesne. He told of an incident when he and his family were laying out on the lawn one evening, as families do, drinking coffee and soft drinks, when a shiny object overflew their house, stopped, and shot straight up. The officer couldn't identify what the object was, but it was enough to send the family scurrying into the house. Duh. The officer said he and his family didn't go out in the evening like that for a while. Now, the author of the article goes on to talk about possibilities of what this could have been. And he did say, he included a Japanese hydrogen-filled balloon. According to, because I looked it up.
Shit. I scared the shit out of myself.
What'd you do?
Fucking the reflection from my phone, and I'm just out here, and there's a ridge on the side of my phone, and I'm just playing with it. And I just look over, and this fucking light fly up the side of my wall.
You're like, they're outside. The way you looked, she's crying, guys.
I scared the shit out of myself. Literally talking about shit just flying up out of the yard. I'm like, wow. Motherfucker. Jesus, take the wheel.
Oh,
I need to close them blinds.
You're like, we should just sit in the dark.
I mean, it's safer at this point. You might be right about the daylight shit.
Yeah. If they're shadow people, we won't see them. It's okay.
Okay. The
way your face looked, I thought you had a moment of I forgot something. I'm like, are you supposed to be somewhere right now? Did you remembered something? I'm like, what is the matter?
Do you need help?
What's happening?
Stupid reflection.
Oh, that was so funny. So,
okay. Sorry. I'm scared as shit. I'm literally talking about UFOs just flying straight up out of the yard, and all I can see is.
This is what I wish we had a camera. My cheeks hurt. So, the author of the article goes on to talk about possibilities of what he thought this could have been, and he included a Japanese hydrogen-filled balloon. According to, and I know I resaid that, sorry, but we needed to get back on track, and I'm not cutting out the part where she's scared the shit out of herself, so gotta deal with it.
Dang it.
So I looked it up, and according to Wikipedia, From late 1944 until early 1945, the Japanese launched over 9,300 fire balloons, of which 300 were found or observed in the U.S. Despite the high hopes of their designers, the balloons were ineffective as weapons. There's a lot of cracking and creaking going on.
Oh, it's me. I'm.
No, or something else.
Oh, the babies might be playing.
That's what I'll tell myself.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be.
The balloons were ineffective as weapons, causing only 6 deaths from one single incident and a small amount of damage. The deaths occurred when the victims decided to touch the balloon, thus causing it to explode. But he does go on to say Fort Duchesne area was kind of notorious for sightings of that kind. Whether the shiny object my mother saw was a flying saucer or a hydrogen balloon or something else, I certainly can't say. But here's what I can say. That little meadow is within 2 or 3 miles of the infamous Skinwalker Ranch. I don't know if the paranormal experiences and phenomena experienced in that ranch area were happening back as far as World War II. But one certainly happened nearby on a picnic day in about 1944, and that was from JP. So I also found they were actually putting out, which I didn't realize at the time, not at the time, like I was alive. I just mean like,
so I was there.
I'm like, that sounds like I'm like, oh yeah, I was alive back then when this happened. But I didn't realize that as far back as this, they were actually being public about this stuff. And the website had linked a newspaper article from the Desert News on Monday, September 4th, 1978, titled, UFO Sightings Keep Uinta Basin Buzzing. So I couldn't copy and paste it or anything. I just had had to pull the article up, so it's a little fuzzy. So be patient with me. The Uinta Basin, already famous for numerous UFO sightings in the past 10 years, has been the stage for a great deal of excitement in recent weeks. Area residents say that at various locations and times, they've witnessed the flight of an awesome, dome-shaped, unidentified flying object with intense lights. Dale Wood, 13, a student at Vernal Junior High School, was the first to see the large silver object near his grandmother's home, about 7 miles northeast of Roosevelt, about 10:30 p.m. August 11th, while walking to his grandmother's trailer home. He could hear the sound of a finely tuned purring engine. Dale said he looked up to the horizon and was surprised to see a silver dome-shaped object. It was surrounded by a very intense green light that was jagged like the flames of a fire. The object then hovered directly above him, and he was able to see the underneath section of the craft. He could see the lights there with the middle light the greatest intensity. While the craft was overhead, the engine's sound was not noticeable. The engine remained overhead for a few minutes, and Dale said he had the impression he was being watched. Dale said he was very scared, but at the same time, he wanted to see what the UFO was going to do. It began to circle, and Dale immediately ran to tell his brother, David, who was nearby in his aunt's house. David called his mother, who was in his grandmother's home, doing some canning, shouting that Dale had seen a flying saucer. His mother, Lauren Wood of Vernal, told her son Dale was just trying to scare the younger children. Suddenly, the air conditioning units and television sets quit operating. Mrs. Wood tried the switch on the air conditioning, but to no avail. She also noticed that the dogs were whining and crying, not barking, she said, but whining as though they could hear a sound beyond the human hearing range. Mrs. Wood went outside along with some of her children in time to see the craft circle over the area twice. It then took off rapidly toward the northeast. Mrs. Wood said she was very frightened, yet so fascinated she couldn't take her eyes off the object. Dale had the impression the saucer-like craft may have landed in a field near them. He could hear a herd of horses located there running rapidly. He surveyed the area the following morning, but he could find no evidence of a landing. After the UFO disappeared, Mrs. Wood called the Ute Indian Tribe Police Department in Fort Duchesne. Officer David Murray was dispatched to investigate the sightings. He later said he, too, saw the object near US 40. The following day, in a conversation with, I don't know that name, a reporter for the Roosevelt Standard, Mrs. Wood learned that Mrs. Rasmussen and her 10-year-old grandson David had also seen the craft near their Ballard home. While driving home from Roosevelt, Mrs. Rasmussen spotted something out of the corner of her eye. She looked up through the windshield and asked David if the shining object she saw was a plane or something of that nature. David calmly replied that it was a flying saucer. He's seen this shit before, apparently. At that point, Mrs. Rasmussen, fearing an accident, pulled her car to the roadside and got out to have a better look. Would you get out of your car?
No.
That feels like the last thing I would do.
But also I'd be terrified in my car because if they're just fucking lifting cars.
I mean, either way, you're screwed.
Right.
But I'd feel safer in my car.
It's my safe space. I'm like, I'm protected by this.
Yeah.
Meager little.
She described the object as being dome-shaped and very shiny. It was moving at a high rate of speed, she said. It headed north to the mountains. Mrs. Rasmussen and David said they were not afraid of the UFO. She said she had seen a saucer-like object about 20 years ago in the Neola area. So she knew a little about what to expect.
It's a common occurrence. Like, I know they're not going to hurt us. It's fine. I've seen it before. It's not a big deal.
The Woods and Mrs. Rasmussen contacted Junior Hicks, a science teacher at Roosevelt West Junior High School, who has gained some fame in the field of UFO investigation. Since 1968, he has personally investigated more than 400 sightings in the Uintah Basin. Through Hicks' extensive files, a book, Utah UFO Display, was complete by Dr. Frank Sasberry. Sorry. Once there's names, the wording is so messed up on this paper. Of Utah State University. Hicks investigated the sightings by the Wood family. Mrs. Rasmussen and her grandson. Also present at the investigation were reporters from a national weekly magazine. Hicks was also informed by two women from Roosevelt that they had seen an object while riding their horses near the Cedars west of Roosevelt. The most recent sighting came last Monday, about 23 miles southeast of Roosevelt. Jimmy Justice, 18, son of Mr. and Mrs. Lawrence Justice, prominent local dairy operators, burst into the family's home to report that he had seen a large glowing object near where he was working. His parents proceeded to the area and observed an intensely lighted dome-shaped object circling the area. After a few minutes, the craft headed south over the hills. It was reported as traveling very fast. The Justices had the impression the craft may have landed nearby. The following day, Eva Justice, Lawrence Justice's mother, drove to the area. However, she could find no evidence of a landing. That's it. So that was 1978 in the newspaper. Which I'm like, I didn't realize they were that open about it back then. I don't know. I was just surprised.
I feel like they were more open back then than now.
But I feel like now.
But everything's on camera now. Like there's footage of everything now. People have their phones. And
I genuinely feel like at this point they could come out on TV and be like, yes, we're in contact with them. This is what's going on. And we're just like, look, I got to get to work. Like, are we done here?
Right.
It wouldn't even fucking faze me at this point.
No, nothing would shock me.
Nothing. Like, all right. Can I go make money now? I think we're and I think it's on purpose. They've been feeding it to us for so long. It's like at this point, we're like, all right, we got bigger problems. I don't care. I genuinely don't give a shit. Just don't show up in my bedroom. Whatever.
No.
So this next story is by an unnamed author, but he says, I worked with a team from an independent company who was working with the National Institute of Discovery Science. It's also known as NIDS. I was there on and off from 2003 to 2005. Now, any of you who know much about the ranch know that by the early 2000s, most of the events had died down. There were no missing animals, no crazy sounds or weird monsters in the darkness. The NIDS team continued to monitor the ranch, but short of the occasional UFO sighting or strange ball of light off in the distance, there wasn't much to report. By the time I got there in August of 2003, it was like sitting on any old farm. We would just hang out, play cards, and monitor equipment for any magnetic anomalies. I remember one time on my second visit, I saw some lights in the sky in the distance, and I got really excited, but it turned out to be an airplane. That'd be me. It's a UFO. They're like, bitch, that's a plane. Calm down.
I had a situation like that years ago. I want to say it was during the blackout, when we had the blackout.
That was the same year, 2003. That big one?
Yeah.
The whole eastern side of the country?
Yeah, we lived in the apartment, and we were sleeping in the living room because then we had the big door wall there. So, and it was so fucking hot.
Yeah.
So I had the door wall open, and I mean, obviously I could barely sleep anyway. So, everybody is sound asleep. The girls are on the couch. Matt and I are laying on the floor. And I look outside the door wall, and, the stars, like, oh, everything's so pretty. And there was like this triangle formation, and they were flashy lights. And I could not take my eyes off it. Now, it was super far away, but I mean, I could see it. Like, it was there. And I stared at this thing for hours. It had to have been. Like, I lost track of time, how long I was looking at this, waiting for something. Like, I don't know what this is. I've never seen anything like this before.
Moving?
No, it was just hovering in one place. And then I must have dozed off or something. And I woke back up, and I'm looking for it. It was gone. It was gone. I'm like, I convinced myself it was like the flashy lights to let airplanes know, like the buildings. But even though it's like way far up in the sky, like it's definitely like stars or, like something letting airplanes know, like it was, but it was not moving. Like it was a triangle shape. I remember that. And they were like red and blue, like flashing lights, but it was so far away. I couldn't. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Is it though?
I think so.
I couldn't explain why. I couldn't tell you what it was. And then I've seen like on UFO stories and stuff, like watching them on TV and stuff. They were talking about like a triangle shape with the flashlights. I'm like, is that really what I saw? Like, did I actually see something? But I couldn't tell you what it was. I had no idea. I just seen these flashing lights. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. I had no idea what it was. And I could not take my eyes off of it. Like I lost myself just staring at this thing for hours.
That's wild. Do you remember? This was like last year when I came into work one day and I told you either aliens were trying to lift me out of my car or Jesus was coming for me. Turns out I was driving under a transformer as it blew, and it was not aliens. You're like, I'm pretty sure it was the transformer. I'm like, no, I think the aliens were coming for me. You're like, no.
Calm down, bitch.
Exactly. I'm like, no, Candace, it was aliens.
Like, you don't understand what I just saw.
It was what I felt. It was fucking wild. Like, it was aliens. You're like,
definitely aliens. Like,
or it wasn't. But sure.
Like, I'm not narcissistic enough to think that we're the only beings in this entire universe. Like, so I'm just like, yeah, there's other things out there. But at that time, it was not. It's like, calm down.
Like, no. They don't care about you.
Okay? Nobody's coming for you yet. Jesus may have saved you. So maybe that was what you felt.
Oh, I'm waiting for the day.
You're welcome.
Okay, so turned out to be an airplane. So life went on like that for a while. I would go to the ranch or the surrounding areas, monitor the equipment, answer phones, feed the cattle and dogs. Anyway, on May 23rd, 2004, I finally had my first experience. Almost a year's worth of ranch work, and finally it paid off, and in quite a big way. It was past dinner time, and we were sitting in the NIDS trailer. Outside, the dogs started going nuts. I had never heard them acting like that before, so I looked out my window and saw light shining on the dog pen. I walked out with two of the other guys, and we saw a ball of light buzz by the dog pen and off through the field toward a line of trees. After a couple 100 yards, the ball curved in and flew off in a different location and flew off in a different direction and then just winked out. Poof. Just like that. My mind was blown. I had finally seen something worth noting. A few days later, on the same visit, I saw one of the fabled black triangles that had been seen a lot during the heyday of the activity on the ranch. It was just after dusk, so the sky was completely dark, and I got a call from someone who lived nearby. I just saw your fingers moving. I'm like, is she fucking knitting something? You were going like this.
Shut up, Grandma.
You give it to me, I'll do it.
My little potato brought this out in the living room the other day on Thanksgiving, and Rand's like, what the heck is that? I'm like, it used to be a slingshot, but we took the rubber band off of it, so and now the cats were playing with it, so he must have took it out of the cat toy box.
It was just the way your hands were moving out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, did this bitch just start knitting something?
Like, I'm that bored.
That's
Keep
what I was
going.
like, damn.
Keep going.
So funny.
No, I'm not knitting.
I got
I'm fidgeting. Yeah. I'm going to make you a new sweater.
One that doesn't make me look old.
It's going to have different colors.
You know what? I want to get the actual, at this point, I'm like, man, fuck this. I'm going to get one of those old lady vests with like the reindeer and bells and all the different things on it.
Oh, like on Christmas with the Cranks for her,
Yes.
her Christmas vest.
Yes. Or I'm going to dress like Molly Shannon in the Santa Claus too.
It's not even Saturday.
It's not even Saturday night. I love that. It was just after dusk, so the sky wasn't completely dark, and I got a call from someone who lived nearby saying they had just seen a UFO and it was headed in our direction. We were all out looking at the sky, and in a very short amount of time, we saw a completely silent black triangle with one white light in the center. It didn't fly directly over us, but we did observe it flying over the property, and then it flew off into the distance. It wasn't as cool as the ball of light we saw, but it did show that there was something to all this UFO stuff. After that sighting, I wouldn't see anything again until February 12th, 2005. It had been a typical day. I walked the grounds, fed the dogs, checked the fenced perimeter, and started to head back to the trailer. I decided I'd walk along the creek to the back. As I was walking, I looked down and there was a large, perfect circle cut out of the ice. I was told something similar had happened before, but the last time it was a circle cut into the ice about a half inch. This time, all the ice in the circle was removed. There were no footprints on either side of the creek bed, and the ice wasn't cracked at all. Just a perfect circle taken out of the ice. Normally, I wouldn't have been bothered by something like this. I may not have even noticed, but because of the other crazy stuff that had gone on, I took note but didn't get too excited. I came back and told one of the NIDS guys what I saw, and he went to check it out. When I got back, I put my jacket on the back of a chair and put the keys to the dog pen on the desk, then sat down to eat lunch. I was the only one in the trailer at the time, as the other guys were checking out the ice circle. About 20 minutes later, I heard some excited voices and went out to check what was up. The team was returning, but they were all looking up into the sky. As I looked up into the gray February sky, there was a solid black orb or ball-shaped thing flying around. It was pretty high up, but it was doing aerial somersaults. We watched it for about 3 to 5 minutes before it just stopped and kind of faded away. Then mid-September 2005. In the trailer, it was just me and one of the NIDS guys. We were sitting around playing cards. Suddenly, at the exact same moment, the air felt electrical. It's the only way I can put it, and the dogs outside started going nuts again. But this time they sounded scared, with yelping and whining. I got up from my seat to look out the window, but I didn't see anything. I looked over at my partner, and he looked kind of dazed. I started to hear a sort of faint buzzing sound, and then it repeated itself. My partner kind of nodded and said, "We need to go outside." So I followed him out of the trailer, and he looked up at the sky. I also looked up, and at first I didn't see anything. After scanning for a few seconds, I noticed a spot in the sky that was somehow darker than the sky. I couldn't make out an exact shape, but I could tell something was there. He was looking straight up at what I thought was some sort of object in the sky. He told me he could hear it, but I didn't hear anything at all. I'll never forget his face. It was almost a look of awe, but also kind of trance-like. After a minute or two, there was a quick, bright flash of light in the sky. The electrical feeling in the air was gone, and so was the dark object. He turned to me and told me they had spoken to him. This was going to be hard for most of you to believe, and I wouldn't have believed it had I not been there. He told me that they knew what we were doing there, and that they were doing the same thing, only our roles were reversed. He said that they told him they had the advantage, and we cannot stop them from doing whatever they want to do. They also told him something like they were going back to work. I wish I could remember the way he worded it, though. It was really chilling. That is the end of his story.
Yeah.
So this is a story about a man and his son. And he said, "I suppose that the first thing to note is that after stopping it on UFO Hill for an hour, we made our way back down towards the southern gate. As we made our way down, we experienced our radio acting up. I was about to turn it off when my son said, 'Did the radio just say stop, stop?' We pulled over to the side of the road and turned up the radio. We gave it about 5 minutes and nothing happened, so we kept going, leaving the radio on. We had just started moving when the word leave came over the radio. It was loud enough to where it startled me. I don't know what caused it, but it was very clearly the word leave. Then all of a sudden, our radio started working normally again. We drove up to where the southern...
Oh, keep going into it. Oh, that's nice.
We drove up to where the southern end of the property is, the south gate, and stopped. We got our cameras and recorders out, and we're setting everything up just so that we could go out and take a bunch of pictures. So we have one video camera, a couple of stills, and we decided to take a digital recorder with us to use as a notepad. As we prepped our gear, we both thought we heard walking in the snow by us. I believe it was probably a deer or some other large animal, but nothing too unusual. We approached this experience as the novices that we are, but with both of us having military backgrounds, I would say we are open-minded, but a little skeptical, and were up until last night. We grabbed our gear and began to start taking pictures when the screen on the camera I was going to use went blank. I had charged all the batteries and double-checked them prior to leaving our hotel room, so at first I was just mad figuring I'd done something wrong. Then my son said the batteries in his camera were dead too. I picked up my other camera and it wouldn't turn on. The digital recorder was also dead. They were all on and working when we put them in the car. So then they left to go to a different area. We pulled up to the east gate using only our fog lamps for light and approached really slowly. We stopped about 50 feet before the first of the concrete barricades and shut off our engine. We saw 2 motion sensor lights in the trees and decided to stay in the car for a while. After about 20 minutes, we started hearing a humming sound. I thought it might have been a plane or a jet, but there was nothing in the sky. It was about 2 a.m. when this started happening, so there wasn't much road traffic. The humming got louder and lasted about 25 minutes. During this time, I noticed something moving down the path behind the gate. It was a ways off, and at first I thought it was a deer or an elk. But it seemed like it was trying to stay to the left side of the road along the trees and brush. It moved too deliberately to be a deer in my experience. It then crossed quickly over to the right side of the path and sort of hunkered down. So he got out of the car, took his little laser pointer, and pointed the light at the last place he saw what he describes as the man. Thought it was an animal, could be a man, and said there was nothing there. I didn't see him leave, and neither did my son. They also claimed to see a light moving through the trees a little later, and then left shortly after. Don't go sniffing around.
No.
Skinwalker Ranch.
First of all, if that's what you're going to do, don't take your child with you. If you want to
I think he's grown.
Gamble with your aunt.
Because he said his son is also in the military. So,
Okay.
like, he's a grown man.
Okay. Still.
You're like, don't care.
Still your child.
So that's all I have for today. There's going to be a part 2, and we'll keep that one short with everything else and probably just dive into the stories, because there's the next story I'm kind of bummed. It's my favorite one.
Oh.
It is from, just so you guys have something to look forward to, it is the Sherman family's experience, the ones who only lasted 2 years on the ranch before they got the fuck out of Dodge.
Oh.
And it's an amazing article from an old magazine. They hung out
for 2 years.
And it's a very good story. So we will cover that on my next one. But that's it for now. Make sure to head over to Patreon for extra content. You can also listen to us now on YouTube. Check us out on Instagram. Email us if you have something to say. hauntedthroughtheages@gmail.com. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.